Hey, y'all. Hey, thank you. This is what I do. Just try to raise awareness. Because I want to encourage by grace. I'm back up. I see one person. It's up. I don't know who that one person is, but it's up. So don't allow people to hurt you and you walk around and bear all the pain and the shame. I post this meme. It's not a meme. It is a meme. That's the little thing that you be stealing off. You steal from other people's page. Those memes, right? Okay, memes. So I posted this meme one time, and it said, basically tell your story. If people wanted you to write better about them, they would have treated you better. So that's my story. That's what happened to me. This is who did what to me. This is how what you did made me feel. You don't get the right to tell me that what you did to me didn't hurt me. And that's what narcissists do. They will, oh, you crazy, you too sensitive. No, you're crazy. Don't allow people to treat you that way. Narcissists, they don't want any accountability. They will deflect. There's 3 stages to a relationship with the narcissist, and we're going to talk about that. You have relationships and you have narcships. You have to know which one you're in. In a normal relationship, you have what's called the honeymoon phase. In a narcship, you have the love bombing stage. So, you got phases in a regular relationship, and in a narcship, you have stages. What we do on stages? Act. What we do on stage? Act. A person can only pretend to be something they're not for so long. It's gonna show. So it's about that same time, between 60 and 90 days. But they're gonna around 90 days in a regular relationship, you start to kind of enter that power struggle phase. Now the butterflies and stuff is gone, and it's like, okay, I'm moving in your house, you moving to my house, you gonna pay, it just gets to that. But in a narcship, that second phase is called the devaluation stage. That's when they start to devalue you. They'll deflect their pain onto you. Anything you do, nothing you do is going to be right. Being with a narcissist, it's like having a glass with holes in it. Every time you try to fill it up, everything run out the side. You can't love them enough. They don't have any love to give. They will drain you of all of your energy. All of your energy. But that's what they do. Their energy, emotional vampires is what narcissists are. And they so easy to now they are. Because I had this guy, I hope he watching. I had this guy who, don't call his, I guess my mom died. I was in a very bad place. I'm not in the best place now, but I'm here with y'all. But, I think he thought that it was going to go the way, because they love to get you at a time when you vulnerable. That's the perfect time for a narcissist. So if you're going through something, especially like the loss of a parent, a loved one, don't try to date nobody right now. It's not a good time. You got to get back to your space. Because I remember in this last relationship, I was looking at him one day and I was like, how far have I fallen off in life to allow you to treat me the way that I'm questioning myself now out loud in his face. Wow. Like, how far in life have I fallen off? Because I'm that chick. You ask me, I'm that girl. But I had lost a loved one around the time I met him, and it was devastating. I lost my best friend during that time. So it was devastating for me. But ain't no fun when the rabbit get the gun. When you remember who you are, that's a very dangerous moment for the narcissist. Because that's when they start the discarding stage. And they like to discard you. It makes them feel good. Like, it makes them feel good to hurt you. And when I realized that I was dealing with a narcissist and looked back over my life and realized that most of the guys that I had dealt with were narcissists, I began to cry. Because it hurt my feelings to think that another person could purposely hurt someone for their own self-gratification. But they know that they're hurting you. They do it on purpose. And before they discard you, they're already grooming their next victim. For a narcissist, a new relationship or a woman or a man is called a source of supply. They have to have a source of supply. Most of them are very promiscuous. While you're in the narcship, they have several other relationships and they keep in touch with all their exes. They use this thing called triangulation. Triangulation is, and I remember the first time I was triangulated, and I didn't say anything. I'm looking, I'm like, okay, hey, how are you? And I kept, proceeded to walk past the person or whatever. And so it got to a point where I was like, you taking my kindness for weakness. So you don't want to do that. Don't take my kindness for weakness, because the point of the triangulation for a narcissist is for them to make you jealous. Oh, well, she liked me. Yeah, they do that. Oh, well, she liked me. Or they tell you something about, one of their exes, or, he even told me, you act just like, one of his exes or whatever. And I'm like, I'm not a jealous female. You can't make me jealous with another woman, because I know who I am. So what you can do is cause a situation, because I don't tolerate disrespect. Then he went to attacking, what I do, and, empowerment. You are trying to empower somebody and do all of this. And I was like, but you're not going to disrespect me. And I'm going to go right and tell them how not to get in a relationship with somebody like you. And what I'm doing right now. Spot the narc and save your heart. And let me tell you something now. They can come dressed in a three-piece suit. Don't you let them looks fool you. Don't you let them nice cars and stuff fool you. Anybody can buy a nice car. Right. Or rent it. Because a relationship with a narcissist is rented. You in a rental car. Seriously. Like, you really have to be careful. They mirror you. Triangulation. Deflect. Gaslight you. Oh, yeah. Woo! Now, gaslighting, let me see how to explain gaslighting. Gaslighting is kind of if you look out the window and you see it's raining. Mm-hmm. And they'll tell you that it's not raining. And you actually look back out the window to see if you see what you thought you saw. Now, you saw it was raining the first time you looked out the window. Mm-hmm. They intentionally try to make you feel like you're crazy. And they will tell you, oh, you crazy. I can be anything you want me to be. I'm a chameleon. I can fit into any environment that as need be. You see, I'm good in any hood. But that's just pretty much how it goes with the narcissist. Man, I had some notes, but I really don't talk from notes. And y'all, I'm still grieving, so, but I'm trying. Hold on. What is that? Very important that you need to know about the narcissist. They don't accept accountability. They don't share empathy. They ruin holidays. They ruin holidays. Yep. Because it's not about them. Anything with family or something like that, or they'll make you feel like complete crap before you have to go and be around a bunch of people, your friends and all of this stuff. And you have to think to yourself, like, it has to be something wrong with a person that is so vindictive and malicious to want to cause harm to someone that they say they love. Love does not hurt. The love you give yourself, it doesn't hurt. But a lot of us are not loving ourselves. We're saying we do. We talk a good game. I was one of the best of them. Laugh, play, talk, kept the jokes coming. But when I got home, I didn't even want to get out the car. But I love myself. You have to fall madly in love with yourself. And let me tell you something. When you in the place where you're supposed to be, as far as, loving you, you won't accept anything from anybody. Narcissists hate boundaries. For instance, don't call me after 8 o'clock. They don't like boundaries at all. And when you're in a relationship, they require all your time. They take all your energy. All of it. They will suck you. Emotional vampires. Talked about that. And nothing happens fast. Like when you meet the narcissist, the mirroring that we were talking about, they pretend to be your knight in shining armor. They were never taught to love. That's right. Right, Michelle. They were never taught to love. And you have to realize that, like, in my last situation, this guy did one of the most unloyal things to me that you could do to a person. And betrayal hurts. Betrayal hit different when it's somebody that was supposed to love you. And, I mean, that you done bent over backwards for, and you really, really rolled for. Ooh. And as a black woman, I can only speak for me because I'm a black woman. We have to stop the mentality, the ride or die mentality. We have to divorce that mentality. I got to ride with you and go through all this hell to get to some happiness? No, I'm good on that. We have to really get away from that ride or die mentality. And a lot of us have that mentality. Just want somebody. You have to learn to be alone with yourself. That's how the person said, that's what that time for. If you don't know how to be with yourself, what you gonna do with somebody else? Hey, Christy. Christy Sims. Hey, Christy. Rhonda said, hey, Christy. But yeah, Christy, come tell me, give me some stuff. I'm going off the dome, trying to, educate on these narcissists. But yeah, so it's really something. So if you can, again, you spot the narc, you can save your heart. You won't have to deal with anything. And she said, hey, my boo. Yeah, you won't have to deal with everything that goes with domestic violence, because that's what narcissistic abuse is. 100% domestic violence. That's where it starts. Sometimes they won't hit you. You'll end up with somebody that won't put their hands on you. Then you can end up with somebody that will put their hands on you. Or I know some people that the first time that they did anything to them, they were shot. Like the last event I did before, the world shut down for COVID, I had this whole little speech I was going in my head. because I don't write anything down, but I had this whole little speech in my head. And the lady before me got up there and talked about being shot and her child being killed. He committed what would have been a familicide had she not lived. But she lived. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, now my story, it could have been me. I too, this very day, this is why I did this event this day, October 9th, 2006. I was standing in my bedroom after I had just got out of class at Jackson State University. Came home to finish doing my laundry. And before I knew it, I was standing in my bedroom against the wall with a 9mm to my head. And my little girl was in the other room. So it could have been me. And I'm thinking to myself, like, how in the world did I end up in this situation? Like, it was so much going through my head at that time. And I'm like, it can't end like this. Like, I'm 26 years old. It just can't end like this. This can't be it. But it could have been. Yeah, no, I didn't leave. But that's another issue. I didn't know what I was dealing with. That was the narcissist. And there's a dopamine. The dopamine. Mm-hmm. That's when you in these trauma bonds. Dang. Trying to remember it's like a drug. Christy said, but God.
Bring Christy on the screen. That's what she want to go on.
Christy. Rhonda said, you want to join us?
On the screen?
On the screen. Can you request to join? My sister Christy Sims, a very powerful, very, very powerful domestic violence, narcissistic abuse survivor. She ain't said nothing yet. But yeah, we just have to be mindful in this dating world. Like, you really have to look at, and not even just relationships. I'm looking crazy, but okay. Okay, request Christy. We're gonna bring Christy on. Can you send the request? Try to send it to Healed by Grace. I think my page acting crazy.
If she's on here, she could send it right there.
Okay.
You never look crazy.
I know. Her pretty self. Come on, Kristen, and help me out. How?
At the bottom.
At the bottom?
There is, is that it?
At the bottom, it's a double image.
No.
Yeah, she can only request.
She can only request.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So Christy, it's a person with a picture over it. At the bottom.
Can you see it?
This sweater giving me the blues.
Yeah, that's what it's going everywhere. Hey, Stephanie. I told you I was pressing my way. She said she just requested.
You will see it pop up.
It's tripping on this phone. I'm telling you. On my page, it's tripping. It's tripping. Christy, are you following Healed by Grace?
Let me see something.
Add. Oh, we in there, Christy.
So
Look at Rhonda smart self.
This is where your other people were requesting too.
Oh, is it?
Hi, Christy.
Hey, sis.
I love you.
We love you, girl. We introducing Miss Christy Sims.
Look at that hair.
I know. I wish I had that much hair on my hair. Just talk to us a little bit, Christy. I'm talking about these narcissistic. I can see you and hear you. Y'all say hey to my friend Christy.
Glad to be here. Like I said, I'm looking crazy. I caught myself putting my hair out.
That's okay. You're beautiful.
Thank you. Who are you?
Thank you.
So what's up with my narcissist?
Yeah, we talking about narcissists, girl. Them emotional vampires.
I think that might be my next book.
I know, right?
It needs to be.
Have you talked about gaslighting? How they gaslight you?
I was talking a little bit about gaslighting. You can pick up right there.
Yeah. Hey,
Thank you.
yeah, I talked a little bit about the other day at video live that I did the other day, like the things that for people look for, like just that erratic behavior. Like sometimes they're sweet and sometimes they're totally evil and mean. It's like dating a narcissist like dating 20 different men.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh wow.
It's crazy. That person, I don't know where they come from. It's like they're like, I don't know where they come from. I don't know how to create. This is what I want people to know about them, because you know I'm a therapist too. There is no cure for them. You cannot save them. They cannot be rehabilitated. Narcissism, sociopath, it's a personality disorder.
Right.
Ain't no drug for it. Ain't no cure for it.
Right.
The best thing you can do is just get the hell on.
Yes, that's it.
Excuse me. Okay?
No, you good.
That's the best thing you can do is just get on. I mean, run. Because we have a tendency to
She says going in and out.
tendency to attract those.
Christy, is your phone sitting? How's your phone sitting? Is it sitting on the speaker part? Yep. Can you hear me? It's like it's going in and out. Can y'all?
She just said she can't see Christy on this one.
I hear a lot of static on your end.
Yeah, it's coming.
Christy, go to Healed by Grace and add on Healed by Grace. Healed by Grace Empowerment Series. Okay.
I'm on your personal page.
Yeah, you on my personal page. Go to Healed by Grace and add. Just I'm gonna hit the X. Okay. Oh, Crystal was finna get us to some juice, y'all. We gonna bring her on Healed by Grace. What time is?
8:48.
Okay. We can talk for a little while because I guess Janae she was in I know she's in Cleveland for a wedding. So at 9, Kim Moon is coming on to talk about HIV/AIDS.
Oh, nice.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. Is Christy on? Send your phone. Send Christy the Healed by Grace page so she can. She might not know where it is. So that was my sister friend Christy Sims. She's also, oh my God, a wonderful speaker on domestic violence. She's an acid survivor.
The only one in Georgia.
The only acid survivor in Georgia.
Wow.
She was with a narcissist. Of course, he never hit her until they were going to split, right, Rhonda? They were going to split. And he called her into the bathroom, and he doused acid on her.
Oh, that was on TV.
And, in 2013. It was a nationwide story. You've probably seen her on Oprah, all platforms. She has been nationwide, right? She has been national with her story. But you see how he tried to kill her. And he only elevated her.
Mm-hmm.
I remember when I read the story because I moved to Georgia in May of 2013, and this happened in April. And I remember reading the story because I was searching and looking before I started my nonprofit. And Rhonda and Christy Sims popped up. So I was reading her story and I'm crying reading her story. Like the nerve to throw acid on this beautiful woman. I said, and you know what's so sad? She's still pretty.
Still pretty.
She's still pretty. Scarred and all. Like you don't even, they're there. But all you see is her beauty. Like it shines through. It shines through.
Her and I were on set somewhere. She was getting her makeup done, and I just did like this.
Yeah. Beautiful. Did she get it?
I sent it to her.
I really want y'all to hear from her. Imagine that. And I remember being in a closet with a hot iron, you know, threatening to be burned with a hot iron. But I couldn't even imagine, you know, that level. Yeah. So, you know, God knows all of us individually and know what we can withstand. But that's the depth they'll go to. I like y'all. Tyler Perry movies be funny. This is Several Hill Biker. No, it's HEELD. He's watching. Bring them on camera. Hold on. I can request you on this one. Hold on, Christy. It said bring. Adding.
Is that? Am I still on the same page?
No, you can go by grace. I can see you.
Okay.
Oh, we can hear you good now. Can y'all hear Christy?
I'm at my mom's house.
You at your mama's house, hey, Mom? Beautiful thing, girl. You know, I lost my mom in May.
Oh, I didn't know that. I'm so sorry. I didn't know that.
So I told you, I'm still struggling because my mom was 56. And, yeah.
You know, I'm 50. Your mom was 6 years older than me? Oh, my God.
My mother was 56 when she died.
Yeah, she said my grandmother was 56 when she passed. I'm so sorry. That's so young.
So that's the hard part of me accepting. I feel cheated.
Yeah, she was young.
Yeah, she was a recovering addict. But she been clean like 20 years at least. But she was still holding all that pain. And I just wanted to see her let it go one day.
56. Wow.
Yes.
Gosh, I didn't realize I was that much older than you. Ooh, I feel hard. Ooh.
My mama's only 16 years older than me.
You said what now?
My mama's only 16 years older than me, so I'm 41.
Okay, I got you. Okay.
Yeah, still going straight.
Okay.
When we go back
When
outside.
things open up, I can't wait.
Right. But yeah, so we were talking about the gaslighting with the narcissist and how they can't be healed. It's healed by Grace, Mississippi. I'm from Florida, Mississippi. So I really want Mississippi to get this.
Yeah. People have a tendency, especially women, women, we are emotional creatures, and those of us who are just natural born helpers, for some reason, we attract narcissists. They love a certain kind of woman. And you know what else people, this is something that I haven't mentioned previously, is a lot of people think that narcissists go after weak women. They actually are empowered by strong women. They like to break strong women down. They do. They like to break strong women down because it feeds their ego to be able to do so. A lot of people don't think about that, but they literally will go after a strong woman and do everything in their power to break her down because it makes them feel more powerful.
Right.
So, yeah, but it's an interesting personality type, but it's a real thing. It's actually in the DSM book of mental disorders. But what I want people to understand is it's not like something like a sickness, like you can cure it or something like that. You can't take no medication for it. It's a personality disorder. It's a real thing. And our president has it too, by the way.
I think that's undeniable.
He does. Any psychologist can look at him and tell that he has it. He definitely does.
Absolutely. How they avoid accountability. They will blame shift.
Yeah, you know what's the craziest thing in the world is people don't understand the lying part. Like you say, why would somebody lie about something that you can prove? Like they lie about stuff you can prove. They will lie and say, nope, this right here is purple. It's clearly brown, but it's because they are incapable. I'm like literally incapable of telling the truth. They can't tell the truth. They can't.
Right. Right. I mean, and I'm talking about lie. I had 3 lie about their kids. The last one told me he had 3 grown children. He had 14 kids. Wow.
Yeah. I had a guy coming after me one time with 12 disciples. Me and my girlfriends called him disciple dude because he had 12 kids. Let me tell you something. That's another thing, too, people don't think about. It takes a very interesting person to lay down that many times and have babies. They like planting their seeds, too. They do.
Yep.
Like, most men don't want that many kids. Think about it. They'll be careful. But a narcissist, they like to spread their stuff around.
And it's so funny because I remember the first time, we did grown folk stuff. He said to me, "Oh, that's twins right there." Now, unbeknownst to him, I couldn't have no kids. We fixed that 12 years ago.
The fact that he looked at you and said that, though.
Yeah, but I didn't know. I didn't think nothing, because I didn't know nothing. So, but when I learned everything that I learned, I was like, oh.
Yeah.
I was enjoying the proof.
Like I said, I have enough information on this personality type right now to write an entire book. And I would like to write it with it ain't gonna work though. I would like to write, like, really have a narcissist, like, help me write it. But
it's a guy on TikTok. I'm gonna send you his name and stuff later. He is a narcissist, but he's in therapy. And he said, I'm still a lot to deal with. I'm just unaware of narcissism.
yeah.
He laid it down. And he's married, to one of our other.
I would love to know what his name is. Because guess what? Most narcissists will never admit it. Never.
Oh, yeah. He talks about it. He's a narcissist. And I'm like, he really telling it? Hey, can you, we were talking about self-love earlier, and I was saying that we were never taught what self-love looks like. And I think society gets self-care mixed up with self-love. And one of the things of self-love is setting boundaries for yourself. So can you share some things about ways that women and men can do better at loving themselves, like they know they're delivered from loving themselves?
Yeah. So, interestingly enough, I wrote about this in one of my books, but I learned to truly, truly love myself when I lost myself. Like, I literally lost myself. Like, the way that I look, everything that I thought defined me, when I lost everything, that self-love comes from the core. And once you get it, nobody can take it away from you. The self-care part, self-care is a part of the self-love. But what you just said, the boundary piece, once you learn to set boundaries, I even set boundaries with my children. Like, it is just understood certain things I would tolerate, certain things that I would not, with the people around me, people in my family. And it is just really and truly, for me, it starts with what's called selfishness. There are 3 different categories. Self-centeredness. Well, first of all, you have narcissist, then you have self-centeredness, then you have selfish, and then you have selfish. I am selfish. And all self-love and selfishness is making yourself a priority and then pouring over into everybody else once your cup is full, because I can't give you what I don't have. Self-love, really, people, especially women, we've been taught our whole lives that it's wrong to be selfish. It's not. Because think about it. Only a nut. There's nothing noble about being a doormat and treating everybody else. We go out into the streets and we give everybody what we don't give ourselves. Self-love and selfishness starts with pouring into yourself first, and then you pour over to everybody else. And it's an abundance. It's an abundance because you've given so much to yourself. And that is what self-love is to me.
Right.
So, but it took being stripped down in order for me to be able to find that. I had to find it at the bottom. I found it in the gutter.
I think that's a powerful place to find it, because then you can appreciate understanding when you have it.
And then the thing about it is, and with me, what it does is, what self-love does? It makes you so, it makes you love everybody around you so much better, because you don't have to compete. Like, I don't have to compete. We all do the same thing. There's no competition with me. competition.
Right.
Everybody, because everybody's doing the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no. I love myself so much that I don't even see other people as a competition. There is no competition.
No, that's right. But that's when you know you've gotten to that place,
Yeah,
though, right?
yeah.
You've gotten to that place, you know. And I was just saying earlier, I was like, my circle is rich, and it's not money. We're
The trick
rich.
is though to teach girls because this is like you said, Rhonda. First of all, as women, we're taught that selfishness is wrong. You never put yourself first. You always put your kids, your man. You always put everybody first. It's wrong. It's not noble to not put your. So we've been taught that as women, right? The other thing is, especially if you were raised like how I raised was, when you were raised in survival mode. I grew up in survival mode, so nobody ever stopped to say, "You so beautiful. You so," you know what I'm saying, like all the time. And people just assume that you know. And then the thing about it is, sometimes the most attractive people, and I've talked about this before, sometimes really attractive people are the people who are the most insecure because they rely on nothing but the way that they look, and they love themselves less than anybody else, you know. So yeah, but it's we just have to teach our young girls how to take care of themselves and how to set boundaries. And the big thing is setting boundaries, deciding what your standards are. And that's where I am right now. Like, I have standards. I'll be alone for the rest of my life before I allow somebody before I break my standards ever again. Standards.
That's where
Yeah.
I'm at.
You're better off alone. And I'm gonna tell you something. Every single time in my life that I have broken my standards, things went left. They went left.
They went left because if it's somebody that we're equally yoked with, we don't have to break our standards because they meet us where we are. But meeting a narcissist, anytime you got to come down to someone else's level, that's not fair to you.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, but that personality type right there, literally, I can spot them like 20 miles away. Like,
Me too.
I'm like,
I be looking at other people. I'm so friends like this right here. Like,
oh, it's a lot of them on social media.
oh, the ones that jump in your DM. Oh, and let's talk about that social dating on social web. Hey,
Keyuna Webster and that's Rhonda Anita.
You guys look beautiful. How are you?
Thank you. That's her backbone. Yes, indeed. But look, that's crazy.
So what were you doing? Hold up, y'all.
Christy, you look so beautiful. You do. I love your hair.
Girl, it's all over my head, but thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Let it be. Let it be. It's free.
It's mine. Listen, it's mine.
That's right. Right. Look, I miss my whole side over here.
You know, I'm a hair.
Oh, we both got our hair cut off.
I'm thinking about doing mine. You know, I've always been a short hair person. Before this happened to me, my hair was always in a cute little short haircut. But I guess because I'm still getting used to the scars, my hair is kind of like a shield for me, if it makes sense. It crowns my face. It covers up a few of my scars. You know what I'm saying? So I've always been a person that wore short hair most of my life. It's just, I don't know how.
That beauty shines so hard through them scars. So when I first read your story before we ever met, I was just like, he did all of that to try to break her.
Thank you.
He must feel that's an ultimate fail.
And now he got to do time for it.
Yeah. What did he get, like 30 years?
20.
20 years.
Still been trying to get out. Still been trying to get out, but yeah, 20.
Mm-hmm. I'm trying to get out now. Ain't she pretty?
Listen, I don't take it lightly when people say that, because y'all saw what I was looking like for several years, a hot mess. Okay? It's gotten better.
A lot of us didn't have stars when we were looking a hot mess. Oh, yeah, I got to bring Kim on. Christy Sims, everybody go follow my sister friend Christy Sims. Read her story. It is amazing. Just amazing.
And she's funny.
Yes, she's very funny. She y'all will catch her. She might twerk. Y'all might catch a twerk video. No twerking. She do be dancing.
She be dancing.
Miss Delson, what's her story? Miss Delson, she's an accident survivor. The only one in Georgia. The only accident survivor in Georgia. Her story went nationwide. 2013.
Global. You went global. You can Google her.
You can Google her. Christy Sims.
Christy with a C.
Christy with a C. Is it 1 M, 2 M?
1 M.
Okay, 1 M.
It's
Sims. So look
Christ
it up.
with the Y. Christy. Christ with the Y. SIMS.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Go look it up, Miss Beth. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, sis. Thank you. We gotta bring on again tomorrow. We gotta talk about
Okay. See y'all later.
All right. Love you, girl.
Bye. Bye, Rhonda.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Yes. Okay. Now let me find Kim. Kim. Are you on Heal by Grace? Hey, Darren. Let me find Kim. Hey, Chris Brown. Hey, Tina Roselle.